Welcome back to the Greenhouse Podcast. We're back in a little bit more familiar setting as opposed to our update last week from Arise Shine, which was awesome. Landon is not hosting today. He's behind the camera. He's working through his fan challenges as a OKC Thunder fan. But we know the series is a long 7-game series with the Spurs, and everything's going to be okay. Right, Pastor Jonathan?
That's right.
So I have with me today Jonathan and Mackenzie O'Hara, who Shannon and I have known for a really long time. And they've been a part of our church staff now for 5 years? 4 years. See,
Feels
it's
like
all
5.
run together.
That's
I'm
right.
old. I turned to that. And their role in our church really is children and students, really kindergartners through high school. I mean, not kindergartners, babies. Yeah. So they oversee all that and provide leadership to it. And so I wanted to take some time today for them to just maybe introduce themselves, share a little bit about their life and their kids, just that kind of basic stuff that we assume everybody knows. Yeah. And then maybe we'll have some other conversations about what does it mean to minister to this generation. So first, tell everyone who you are.
All right. Jonathan O'Hara. Mackenzie O'Hara. I don't know. Do you want to say your name? We have been married for 10 years.
Woo!
And I know.
It's a decade.
Long time.
Still going strong, too.
it
ain't slowed down yet.
I'm proud of that.
We have 3 kids, 3 beautiful children, Adeline, Everett, and Oakley. And we just actually celebrated our youngest 5th birthday. So that was crazy.
What does a 5-year-old's birthday party look like in y'all's house?
Oh, man. Well, we went to the pool yesterday, and she has become a really great swimmer this past year.
Okay.
So we did that, and then we went to the trampoline park. Thank goodness it was not packed there.
Okay.
It was not busy. So.
Did y'all jump on the trampoline?
Oh, yeah.
Too?
Oh, yeah. I slam dunk between
you
the
didn't
legs.
Hurt your neck or anything like you tend to do?
I didn't, no.
Okay.
But what's funny, I got to say this about this. Mackenzie decided that she was going to go and get pizza from Papa John's and get a cake from Kroger.
Okay.
Not check and see if you could take that into the trampoline park. They have a lot of signs on the doors that says no food, outside food, drinks allowed.
They shut it down?
No.
They tried.
They tried.
Y'all just brought it on in.
I asked, though.
She goes, I called y'all yesterday. It was just great. She was like, I called y'all. Y'all said it was okay, so we're going to do it. And so they were just like, all right, fine, we'll give it to you. But
This is so awesome.
Oh,
He brought the pizza in, but he made me meet him at the door because he was scared to walk in with the pizza. So I had to assist him bringing the pizza in.
We know who the courageous one is in the family.
Yeah.
she's the one who will tell the server at the restaurant, hey, this isn't what I order. This is what I like, but I'll just eat it.
So our history goes back to Destin. Mm-hmm. And when we first met, how old were y'all? I came to Destiny in 2007. Were y'all?
Okay, so I started in the 8th grade, and I don't remember what year that was, but I attended Motion from 8th grade to senior year, so I was like probably 14, 15. But I never really met you and Shannon, but you did just through youth group, but you guys were like on staff with children, and we were children in youth group, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you go to like a small group? Steve Gutowski's small group?
I did.
Is that how I...
That's not how I remember meeting you. I remember at Motion Experience, you took the boys and you started, well, you handed it to him.
I did.
Me. You handed it to me, and I was like, whoa, this guy's for real.
And then I remember you working at Verizon.
Yep, right down the street from the church.
Oh my gosh.
Did work there.
And so you guys knew each other in high school?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Yep.
Dated in high school. And then he went away to college. Then I went away to college.
Where did you go to college?
I went to University of West Florida, but
Okay.
just a semester.
Okay.
Then
Wasn't
came
for her.
home. We
Connected.
dated,
Got married.
got
Reconnected.
engaged, got
At
married.
the Starbucks that you used to go study in.
Oh yeah.
In the Silver Sands.
That's
That's where we reconnected.
that's where
Yep,
you
that's where we
the fire
reconnected.
That's where the
reignited,
glory
huh?
is right there,
And
boy.
here
You
we
going
are,
there?
a decade later, and 3 kids. Look what happens.
Yeah.
So the last, you guys moved to Tennessee in like 17 or 18?
19,
It was
January
19,
of 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everett was 4 months old, and Adeline was not even 2. Made the
And
move.
y'all primarily moved here to be closer to family, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And then y'all started attending when we were in the movie theater.
We did.
That's right.
And
That's
just
right.
stuck ever since.
Yeah, we knew when we were moving up here that, like, we knew of you and Shannon, so we were like,
You're like, if we're going
We
to
can
church,
follow
we're gonna
them.
go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like, we know what they believe.
we didn't
where
really
we
have to
go.
go around looking. We knew where we were going to
Okay.
go for church.
And first, you joined the staff like part time in kids.
I did. Yes.
What was your first initial kind of role? Was it just
It was like a coordinator. So
Okay.
it was very part time. I became pregnant, or I was pregnant with Oakley, and then continued on part time. And then we were teaching on Sunday mornings.
I remember
as well?
this.
Yeah.
And then you joined staff when we were at 220 Town
That's
Center.
right. Yeah. We didn't even expand to the very end of the building. We were still at just like the little section. In the Krav, we were doing K through 5th.
Oh yeah,
I was helping teach in that, and then that's when
that's when
moved in.
That's when it all came together.
That's when it all came together.
So, what? Let me ask a B question. What's the most challenging thing about ministry to this generation? I call it the now generation. And then, what's the most rewarding thing? And if you want to answer, like, however, through whatever lens, through kids or youth or both or whatever. So, what would you say? Hey, it's the most challenging, and then but this is the most rewarding.
That's it's like it's the same answer for both
Okay,
almost.
all
It's
right,
like
all right.
I know for youth, the most challenging is sometimes the youth. It's
Okay.
like the hard-headedness or just like are you grasping this? It's almost like I see myself in a lot of the youth where a lot of you'd have to know my story, but I was basically rebellious and just didn't want to follow through and go to youth and do the stuff and like actually follow Jesus. And I see that in some youth, and that's difficult for me. I'm like, man, if you could just grab this, if you could just take it.
Right. Don't waste this
Don't
time.
waste
like I
this
did.
time like
Yeah.
I did. And it's almost like when my parents used to tell me like not to do something because I did it, but you know, you got to go through and you got to do it. And so seeing that through, like with youth, I'm like, man, don't be stupid like I was. But then also the rewarding part is just seeing youth on fire, like the ones that come to youth every week and they're just in it. It's almost like what you probably were in youth. I mean, I went away from youth and she stayed with youth and she just continued to just love the Lord and chase after the Lord. And
Her halo's shining.
her halo, mine is.
Your
Sometimes
halo-
I'm still
little bit
searching for mine
shiny.
under the couch.
Like,
Where, is it up there? But yeah, I'd say seeing youth just go after God is also so rewarding.
That's great.
Yeah. I would say for children, it's so rewarding to see kids worship the Lord. I mean, because we always say there's no junior Holy Spirit. And so
Right.
kids can encounter the presence of God if we allow them to. And so when they're in there worshiping on Sunday and I'm just standing in the back of the room and most of the time it brings me to tears just because of the presence of the Lord, and they're just singing and you can hear their voices and they're just so hungry for God's presence. So it's just rewarding.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And they haven't gone through life and they don't know it all.
Yeah. They don't really have attitudes when they're that
Some adults
young.
will get like they know their ways, they know what they're talking about. And so
Yeah.
with kids, man, that light bulb moment just comes on and they just it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's just cool to see.
That's awesome. What if you were like, you have a captive audience with parents, whatever parents might be, like listening to this in our church or maybe even outside of the church, what would be the, I think there's an encouraging aspect of when it comes to dealing with the next generation, and then there's like a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, every weekend I want to encourage people along because I want to invite people into the beauty and the wonder of following the Lord. But then there's a certain way to do it. It's like I don't get to determine the terms. God's determining the terms. So that's the challenge part I have to like. So, kind of with what you guys see with youth and kids, like how would you, let's just start with first, what would be your encouragement to parents?
It's based off my testimony. I mean, no student is ever too far gone. No, they could be in the weeds of it, like just like a ball in high weeds, lost, gone. And like the fervent prayer of a parent is so strong. And so it's just, I mean, it's people who knew me in high school, who saw me in the college era of my life, they would be like,
he's a pastor?
He's a pastor now?
Yeah.
What? Like, and so I would just say,
it's like a Saul Paul moment, huh? My man, he had his road to Damascus experience.
Yep.
Watch out.
Blinded by the light. But yeah, I would say, don't give up. Parents, I mean, if you got a rebellious kid, I mean, sometimes it's what you say. It's like reality is what you run into when you realize you're wrong. And sometimes it takes certain students longer to get to the end of themselves. And they will finally be like, okay, I realize I can't do this. Or I've been like hard-headed, or I've been rebellious, and I need to finally like, okay, I'm going to follow the Lord.
Yeah.
So I would say, don't give up.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree to that. And then the verse that comes to me is train up the child in the way they should go, so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. And I just think that verse just really describes childhood faith in a way, because as long as parents are continuing to guide their children to church and the Lord and pushing them into it, even when sometimes they don't want to go, I think it's important to continue to do.
So what would be the whoosh, come on parents, like really? It's like you got to be a parent before you can be a friend. I mean, what's the admonishment or the high challenge slap?
I got one right here.
All right, I got one next.
It's funny because we were actually we just did the roundtables, the next steps process, and we did have a parent who was kind of like asking. She has a rebellious son right now, and was kind of just like, I don't know what to do, and it might have come off strong, but sometimes that's good too. But it's the forcing your kids to do something that they don't want to do. It's the picture of a parent.
Yeah.
You're not a friend, you're a parent. And sometimes you have to force your kid to do something. How many students I've seen where they we used to go to Forward, and we're trying something new this year, but the amount of times I've seen kids not want to do it. Teenagers like, no, I'm not going to that. That's
100%.
That's for Christians.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not going to that. And their parents force them. They come back and they're just like on fire for God. And then their parents are like, whoa,
what happened to my kid?
What is this? And I'm like, well, yeah, when you force them to do something they don't want to do, sometimes it's good for them. And it's the same with like sports. You do it with the sports. Like they don't want to start playing sports when they're young, but you force them to do it. And then all of a sudden they're like, they like it. It's building character. It's doing stuff. And so it's like,
we experienced that with one of our own children.
Yeah.
So
you got to be a parent before you can be like, even I would say you're not your kid's friend. Like you're a parent.
That's right.
They ain't gonna like you sometimes.
Somebody's got to be it, right?
Somebody's got to be it. Otherwise, they're just gonna think that you're just
it's great.
Casual.
And I would say too, we say this often, but a lot of times our problems are more spiritual than what we might think they are. So with that, I think it's important to recognize that it might be a spiritual reason of defiance or disobedience. So it just goes back to, hey, let's get them in church, in community, in the Word, and make them go even though they may not want to.
So great.
That's it.
So good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some things that are on the horizon, specifically in the life of our church, and then some that could probably be broader than that are for the community. You know, this summer is going to be intentionally full, you know, not too crazy because we know people's lives are busy, but we've decided to do a few different intentional things. First on the horizon is Live Well, which for those who are listening, our church offers something called Live Well University, which is really to help people integrate their faith. You know, this past Sunday I talked about how God wants us to live holy, and living holy means to live complete or to live integrated or together. So it's really this idea of integrity in our walk with God rather than being broken or fragmented or being one way in one environment and another way in another environment. So Live Well just helps people drill down those things. And this term over the summer, we're offering something for kids and for students, Live Well Junior, and then Live Well for youth. So maybe just talk about what kind of is planned for that. And
Yeah. So we kind of had this idea because normally what we do at Christ Chapel is we break for the summer for youth. And what we've seen is like it's almost like a disconnect for the students. They're just they don't have anything on Wednesday nights, so we don't really know what they're doing. So we wanted to have an opportunity where students could come in and still experience some type of teaching, almost like a classroom style teaching. And the Lord really kind of put it on my heart for the youth this year is going to be like foundations. And so He gave me the picture of a full on, like you pick out the lot, right, of your house that you're about to build.
Yep.
Then you clear the lot, then you like set the foundation, and then you build up the framing, and then you put the siding, then you do almost every single aspect of building a house all the way to furnishing. That's kind of what we're looking at for students. And so it was just something that the Lord put on my heart, and it was cool that it just kind of all aligned with Christ Chapel doing Live Well.
Yep.
I was like, let's just do students this year too.
it's great.
Yeah, and then in kids, we have 2 classes this semester. So we have one for 7 to 10-year-olds, which is typically the age range we offer. And then we also have a class for 4 to 6-year-olds.
All right.
So the 4 to 6-year-olds are learning about the fruits of the Spirit. And then the 7 to 10-year-olds are learning how they can hear from the Lord and also talk to the Lord.
That's awesome. Yeah. So if you have a student or a child, get your kid registered for that, because it'll be another connection point to continue somewhat of a rhythm of being here and being connected on Wednesday nights. That's going to go through June, right? And a little bit of July.
Yes,
Yep.
I think it ends on July 7th.
And then post that is the Motion Conference, right?
Yep.
And that's in July.
July 23rd through the 25th, we'll be going to Birmingham, Alabama.
And there's, 10,000 other students? Something like that?
Yep.
Honestly, yeah, will be our first time in Birmingham, so it'll be interesting, but I would assume it's similar to Forward,
Sure.
which is about 13,000 students and leaders.
That'll be great. And, kind of back to what you said about doing something you've not done. It's the old adage, like, if you want something you've never had, you got to do what you've never done. And, parents, I would just say, like, there's nothing like your kid having an encounter with the Lord. And just like with adults, a lot of times it's getting out of the rhythm of their life. Last fall when we took the guys away to Gatlinburg, they were outside of the rhythm of work, kids, responsibilities, things they have to do, which really become like ways they hide, I think, and no different than students. So it's like, parents pushing your kid I would even say, like, you know, if it's where your kid has to come with a friend, like, find a way to pay for that friend's coming. That way they got a blankie on some levels to get into the right environment so that they can be changed. And I think it'll be a powerful thing. Right. Before that, and backing up, in the month of June, we have Vacation Bible School.
We do. Yeah.
Mackenzie's smiling over there.
Yeah, it'll be great. So excited for it. I think
What's kind of the theme, and like just talk a little bit about it for people maybe that have not experienced it, or they're new to our church.
Yeah. So our church does VBS, I feel like, pretty differently than a lot of churches because we don't use curriculum that everyone else is using. So we actually write our own.
Come on now.
Which...
Not Chat GPT, by the way.
Oh, come on. No AI, huh?
Don't you put no AI in there?
No,
we use the Holy Spirit around here.
Yeah, we do. We write it. And so the past 2 years, we have done a superhero theme. This year, we are doing a camping theme. I don't camp at all, but I'm excited to pretend like I do.
You camp in a hotel, right?
Yeah, I don't camp.
Like the least outdoor person.
Yeah. I will go outdoor, but like to the beach. But anyways, it's camping theme. And so we offer it for upcoming kindergarten through upcoming 6th grade. So those kids who are like supposed to be entering Fuel, but they're kind of still holding on to Kids Church, they are still welcome to attend. And this is for the entire community. So it's not just for our church. I think right now we have just under 100 registrations, and we are hoping that we'll have between 150 to 200 students.
Yeah. So come on, Christ Chapel people. You know, I grew up, we had a church bus. Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
And we got that church bus, and we just drove around, and any kid we could pick up. So times are a little bit different. You know, I thought
that might be frowned upon now.
Let's bring it back. You know what I mean? So instead of that, moms, fill up your vans, fill up your cars, tell your neighbors. I mean, it's like, you know, on some levels, like a couple nights of free childcare.
Yes.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Who doesn't want
And it's
that?
going to be a blast, and it gets rowdy, right? I mean, we have
tribe wars. They get a snack. They're here for 2.5 hours. So like you said, like you could get your grocery shopping done, house chores. You could have a date night.
Heck
you could invest in your marriage while your kids are being invested
Certainly.
in.
Just
There's
trying to help every
lots of
aspect your life.
opportunity.
Every
whole
aspect.
family right here, right?
It's a family event, right?
Just doing it for you.
So now, last year, it was our 25-year anniversary, so we were in Aruba while Vacation Bible School was happening. Now, this year, we're not going to miss it.
Yay.
Because I know there were a few things that happened in that room that eye has not seen, ear has not heard, neither has it entered the heart of man. And one of those things involved Pastor John's dance moves.
Yep. Oh, that was glorious.
I think I turned my head so that I don't remember all of it.
She's like, I'll never be able to unsee this.
It's somewhere on camera.
But my question is, was there any other things that I missed? I mean, I saw some kid get hit in the face with a ball. I mean, that was
No.
you. You threw it at some kid, didn't you?
No, it was
wasn't a
the
ball.
pillar.
So we did Samson.
Oh.
And, you know, he prayed to the Lord and he pushed the pillars down. And then all of a sudden, this kid, oh, man.
He was playing a soldier.
That family, I think they left.
They left the church, probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was not.
that was a bad sermon illustration gone bad. Is what that was.
Most of my illustrations are solid.
Most of the times, yeah.
But this kid walked out in front. He had the whole, like, he was a soldier. He was good. And this kid that was Samson shoved the pillar way harder than he needed to. I was like, bro, listen.
I appreciate it.
He was doing the role right.
Right
and so
into that kid's face. Huh?
Yeah.
Right
so
on
I was
his
like,
head.
So he was like going with the whole aspect of.
Do we have a medical team on site this year?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we had one then, and
Dude,
we will have one again.
Thing.
But the
forgot
parent
about
was
that.
there, and she just laughed about it. She loved it.
Okay.
She embraced
I
it.
think both parents were there.
Yeah,
So-
it was great.
Again, this year is going to be fantastic. It's not something you're going to want to miss. Vacation Bible School. How many teams do we have? 3 teams? Is that or 2?
3.
3 tribes or 2 tribes?
3 tribes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
It'll be glorious.
it is going to be glorious.
Yep.
Any closing thoughts about just anything? Any musings you have over there?
Not a lot going around up here. So, I mean, I don't.
Okay. Mackenzie?
Grateful to serve the kingdom with you. I love this team. I love everything about this church. So, that's
Yeah.
It's really great. I tell people often, people don't realize this, people that aren't in the church world, one of the hardest positions to find in general is a student ministry person. And then it's one thing to have a person, and it's sometimes some people have people and they're just not good. I'm sorry, I know that's kind of strong, but I always tell people we have the best student pastors in the country. Top shelf.
top shelf.
Very
So people that are
kind.
connected to Christ Chapel, these are great people. God's calls on their life, and they're loving your kids into Christ likeness. So let them and get your kids here.
Get you.
Get them
That's
here.
right.
Shove them out the van door.
That's right.
You got to.
So if anybody wants to relaunch a bus ministry, let me know. And if not, we'll see you next week on the Greenhouse Podcast.